everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie, I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. If you are listening to, I'm having trouble. There we go. If you're listening to an archive or a replay, I want to welcome you to the show. I want to let you know that you can find me over in the chat room. And you can do that by heading over to 12radio.com. That's number one, number two radio.com. Click on the chat button and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. You'll see other people chatting there as well. You'll also see a link there for the live stream. If you'd rather watch than listen, that would be the way to do it. Or you can just head over to Facebook or YouTube and look for Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic. Should be simple enough. But I would love to have you in one place or another. Sorry. Scott was doing charades trying to get something from me. Seems like this is how it goes. As soon as the show starts, then someone, needs to talk to me or something. But it's fine. We're all family here, right? Oh, so how did you do with that full moon? It was a biggie. It was good here. I honestly, it wasn't one of those moons that I went, holy, definitely some sleepless nights. I'll give you that. But when there's snow on the ground, maybe you don't know. But when there's snow on the ground and the moon is full and it's a clear night, it is very bright outside. At least where I live, very bright outside. And so, yeah, it makes sleep a little bit harder to come by, I think. It's an interesting phenomena, but we have warmed up a little bit though, and most of our snow is gone. However, the sky looks pretty dark today, so we'll see what happens. But that nice blanket we got last week has pretty much melted off now. We have been working like dogs on these Christmas trees that we've been making, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. I showed you one last week, but we are having a ball with these. So I had told you that I bought out a huge lot of someone else's not Christmas, but there was a lot of Christmas in it, but old molds for ceramics. And one of the things that was in there was two giant Christmas tree molds. These are vintage. They're like 70s, 80s. They're really hard to come by anymore. We were just damn lucky to get these. We've been trying to buy some for a while. You just can't get them. And if you can find them, people want a mint for them because you just can't get them anymore. So we were really lucky that there were two in here. It was a huge surprise, an exciting surprise. I had no idea they were in there when I bought it. But anyway, we've been pouring Christmas trees. But also in that lot, there weren't just the giants, there were also a lot of smaller ones. So we've come out of this with a ton of trees, which is fun. So we've been working on getting ours made. We poured 5 of the big ones, and I have 3 of them on stands now and 2 more stands that are still curing so that we can fire them and glaze them. But I wanted to share them with you because they're just so cute, and I'm so excited. So I finally got a little Christmas display set up yesterday. I don't usually put up a Christmas tree, and I don't always drag all my Christmas stuff in the house even, but I don't know. These guys are making it easy to have some trees. So here they are one by one. The glaze on this one is called Micro Pearl. It's a whitey kind of has a little bit of like iridescence to it and some, I don't know, almost like gray settling. It's really pretty. I don't know if that sounds weird, but. And then this is one of the green ones. Yeah, these were really popular back in like the 70s, 80s. Yeah. And you can buy them now. Like I noticed Hobby Lobby has them, but the detail on them isn't anywhere near what these trees are or the glaze. They're just a different process. They're not as cool, okay? This is probably my favorite one, and because it's not lit up, I know it's a little harder to see, but I did this one in a glaze pattern that typically creates something that looks like uh, the aurora borealis. And so the way that breaks on a mug is a little different. It really looks like that, but on the tree, I don't know, it just turned out, we've been calling it the Starry Night tree. But when it's lit, I'll show you. It'll be exciting, but it doesn't have a base yet. But I love this tree a lot. It's absolutely my favorite. And then the blue one, okay, the blue one might actually be my favorite. It's a light blue glaze. It's kind of hard to tell. So frequently with glazes, I'm discovering that they're hard to photograph and really get the depth at all in a picture, but I went with all blue bulbs on this one and a clear star, but it's pretty too. And it also is not lit yet, but I'll share it with you when it is. But that one is just so, this is my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite. Maybe it's my favorite. Maybe they're all my favorite. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to have a favorite. And then this is the other green tree, and the lights are little tiny birds. So I'll show you when I get there, but this is what it looks like not lit. Isn't it pretty the way the glaze broke over all the detail? I love it. It's my favorite. This is what the little birds look like. Isn't this fun? So I had initially poured these hoping that I would pick one that I loved and then sell the rest, but we learned a lot. None of these are sellable. They all have had some problems, some of them significant, some of them not so much, but they're not quality enough that I would feel comfortable selling them, so I'm keeping them or gifting them. And it's fine. I'm usually harder on myself and on my stuff than anyone else would be, but there's some structural issues that we have learned a lot. So what I'm thinking about doing is starting in like July and putting together like maybe 20 big trees and maybe 20 small trees and Christmas ornaments, and then do several fairs, Christmas fairs or holiday fairs, and just sell the hell out of them. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But oh, Renee still has her ceramic tree with lights from the 80s, but it's small. She said like 3 inches. I have a bunch of those too. And we drilled them out, and they don't have lights on them. We just drilled holes so that you can just see the light shining through. But anyway, so we'll see next year how motivated I get. But that's what I'm thinking with these trees. But at any rate, this has been a fun, fun project, and I'm in love. But Renee, I'll show you the littler blue tree in this picture. You can see the bigger trees are all about, I don't know. They started at, I think, 20 inches, but they shrink a little. So I'd have to measure them, but I think they're about 18 inches. On the base, they're more than that, of course. The tree itself is about 18. On the base, I think, adds to it about, I would say all in, these are about 20 inches with the base, but I'd have to measure them to know for sure. But you can see the littler blue one. You can kind of see it's just got the little holes drilled in it for light. And then in the right corner, there's a green one that also is the same theory, but it's not lit yet because I needed another brick. So I've got to go oh, to Walmart. Oh, that sucks. Maybe the dollar store has some. Anyway, so that's all of my trees, but fun, right? I love it. So it was so nice to step out of my bedroom this morning. My house was still really dark and all my trees were lit up, and hell yes. So am I still having fun with ceramics and pottery? Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. I did, however, do some glass work this week. So, you know, I feel like I've completely abandoned my glass studio and I don't want to, but, you know, I'm doing the best I can. I'm looking forward to like January, February. I have no travel planned, at least as of now. Probably go down to Boise and go to a Boise State game, but other than that, I'm probably just going to stay home most of the time. I usually do. During the winter solstice, I'm usually a real homebody, and I just have a lot of stuff I want to do, work on, make, play with. So that's kind of where my thought process is. But anyway, so that's all fun stuff to share. And we can move on to Luminous. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to share the link to Luminous in the chat room and I can't see. Oh, there's my banner. Okay. Facebook is acting a little bit glitchy today. So I'm going to put a link up. This is a link to Luminous. This, of course, is the magazine that I publish weekly with my colleagues and friends. And yeah, that posted. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can put it in the chat room in 1-2 radio because Facebook's acting weird. Okay, Facebook, you do you, I guess. All right. Sherry said, I'm a homebody, and last year's New Year's Eve goal was to say yes to my husband every time he said, let's do something. Glad this year is over. Okay, but like what kinds of things did you do? Did you have some fun adventures? I mean, now inquiring minds want to know. Hey, Kev. Okay, let's get going here on Luminous. So, today would be my mama's 70th birthday. This is her 15th birthday in heaven, believe it or not. And yeah, so I hope the Moscato's good in heaven today, Mom. We usually go out to dinner for her birthday, but honestly, we've all been so damn busy lately that I think we'll probably wait until January and go out to dinner for my dad's birthday and fold their birthdays in together because, gosh, it's a lot. We have been so busy. And we're about to get so much more busy as we get closer to the holiday. So Mars is graduating from Boise State next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. So, and most of our family is going down to Boise with us to her graduation, and then we're hosting a meal after graduation at their house. And Scott is going all out. He actually ordered a smoker for their house, which is really fun because we go down there quite a bit and we like to cook together. So now we'll have a smoker down there. And the kids could use it too, of course, and cook with their friends and stuff. But yeah, we have a huge meal planned. Have you guys ever had Hasselback potatoes? That's what we're doing for the potato, and of course, along with smoked meat. But Scott practiced it yesterday, and holy Lord, that's the way to do a potato. So we're going to do that. And recently, when we were in Jackson for Christy's birthday, we went to this fancy Italian restaurant, and they had these fancy carrots. I don't know what they were. The name of them was actually the name of a local farm where they get them, but they were whole carrots, whole cooked carrots, and some of them were pretty good sized. She had a whole plate. Christy had ordered this of these carrots, and they were kind of a glazed, like a sweeter glazed kind of carrot, but they were so delicious. So we're doing that too. We practiced those last night also, and they were amazing. Yeah, Matt's gonna take care of getting a cake. I'm gonna buy French bread for the bread because we have to simplify some things. And a big Caesar salad because it wouldn't be a meal for Mars if it didn't have a Caesar salad. But anyway, yeah, things are going to get busy and wild and crazy around here. But I'm really excited. I'm so excited for graduation. I, Such a big accomplishment. Honestly, it always makes me miss my mom because all she wanted was for these kids to get great educations, and they're just out there doing it. And it's pretty awesome. Sherry said it was concerts, hanging out with friends, football watch parties. Okay, okay. But it's not going to be the goal next year, I'm hearing. That's okay. I love it. All right. Well, this edition of Luminous I called the Candle Magic Edition because, well, that's what we're going to talk about. I think that in the winter, when the days are so much longer, or shorter, sorry, there's something about light and candles that just speak to my soul. Plus, we're nearing the solstice, and I will do a full winter solstice show next week, but you know, we're nigh on to the solstice here, and it's just kind of time for some magic. So it's Candle Magic, or the Season of Long Nights edition. As we know, fire, fires, flame, candles, these are all ancient practices to get you through the winter. We just don't do it the same. We don't have a hearth that, like my hearth is an electric fireplace. There's a part of me that really wishes I had a real fireplace, an open pit fireplace, or like an open. And then I wake up and realize that it's dumb. But however, dare to dream, right? I just want to have a fireplace that you use, for fun a few times a year. Not that you use that you have to have it to keep your house warm. More like a lodge situation. Oh, Denise has two of those trees. Her mom made them in ceramics class years ago. Yeah? Yep. How fun. Anyway, but I don't have a fireplace and I probably won't ever because I don't know, a lot of houses aren't built with that anymore. So even if I ever get out of this house, I don't know. Okay. Candle magic. Candles can become a companion this time of year. So I want to just give you some thoughts. Some of this is just a refresher to candle magic that we've talked about before, but a good guide. So talking about candle colors. White is about clarity and new beginnings, and the universal stand-in if you don't know. A white candle will always do the trick, right? White candles purify spaces, calm anxiety, and invite clean energy. They also are just good for inviting the light back in. A black candle is about protection and shadow work. Black absorbs stagnant energy, dissolves fear, and creates boundaries. It's grounding during emotional fog or winter heaviness. Black also is good for just absorbing what you don't want. Red is about vitality and courage, a fire starter for motivation, passion, and confidence. Red candles help unfreeze courage during periods of fatigue. Green is for healing and abundance. Green supports growth, emotional recovery, and gentle nourishment. A beautiful choice for calling in prosperity or replenishing depleted energy. You can also use green if you're blessing your plants or your crops. Gold is all about illumination and success. Light a gold candle when you're ready to shine. It amplifies strength, visibility, and confidence. Silver represents intuition and lunar magic. Soft and psychic, silver supports meditation, dream work, and connection with guides. You can also use gold or silver when you are calling in money. Blue is about peace and communication. Blue calms the nervous system and opens the throat chakra, helping with gentle, clear truth telling. Saying the things. Purple brings spiritual insight, used for deep questions, inner work, and connecting with the divine. So, you choose whatever color feels like your medicine, whatever you feel like you need. Hey, JR. So, how do you use candles? Well, first is carving intentions. You don't have to do this, but if you feel compelled to, you sure can. But don't ever feel like you can skip steps that don't feel like they're what you want to do or need to do. So be clear on that. Or if you feel like you don't have a steady hand and carving is, going to put you in peril, don't do it. But how to carve, you can use a toothpick, a little craft knife, even just the tip of a pen, and carve from the wick downward to bring something into your life. Carve from the base upward to release or banish something. So, what do you carve? Well, you could Carve a single word, such as clarity, rest, protection, momentum, prosperity, love, joy, peace. You know, you decide. You might carve a name, yours or someone who needs light. What if you're doing some candle magic on the behalf of somebody else? Write their name on it if you can. What if you're doing candle magic for a certain situation? You could write one word that indicates that, or for an area, perhaps there's an area that was hit by a natural disaster that you want to send light to. Maybe you just write the name of that area. That's up to you. How about a symbol, such as a heart or a moon phase, a spiral, a protective sigil, a rune, a short phrase, if you can. Might depend on the size of your candle. I return to myself. Let this home be peace. Light finds me easily. I am safe. I am joyous. I am creative. My needs are met. You decide. If you're going to add herbs or oils, then right after carving, you want to rub them toward the wick. So you start at the bottom, you move up toward the wick. You don't use a lot, right? We're talking about a drop or two. So to anoint your candle, anointing helps to infuse it with the intention and seal your intentions in before the flame even starts. So you can use essential oils, infused oils, or plain olive oil. So how to anoint an oil? Well, place a drop or two of the oil on your fingertips. Rub the oil, and again, you start at the base and you work up to the wick with intention. If you're specifically trying to draw something in, start at the middle and work upward to the wick. If you're trying to banish or release something, start in the middle and work down to the bottom. For balanced work, just anoint in a spiral all the way around it to symbolize harmony. While you anoint your candle, you want to be speaking or thinking your intention. What's your intention for this act of magic? What's your intention for this anointing? Let the candle rest for a few minutes so that you can absorb the purpose you have given it. This is a really good time for you to continue to focus on your intention. Perhaps you want to meditate on that for a few minutes. You want to write a few things down, something like that. So suggested oils. Lavender is great for peace and healing. Frankincense for spiritual clarity and protection. Rosemary for cleansing and sharpening focus. Cinnamon for motivation and warmth. Peppermint for clarity and renewal. Olive oil for grounding, blessing, and ancestral magic. Cedar or pine for winter resilience and boundary setting. Now, safety note, a very thin layer of oil. Don't throw loose herbs over the top. Don't put a bunch of oil on the wick. They're both ignitable, so just be smart and careful using fire and using oils. But if you're only using a couple of drops, by the time you get to the wick, you've got nothing left anyway. All right, using mirrors to amplify light. We know that mirrors are ancient allies in winter magic. We know they magnify flame, brighten energy, and can transform a single candle into a room-filling glow. So how do you work with mirrors in candle magic? You can place your candle on a mirror tile or a compact mirror or a mirrored tray. Not hard to find at all. You can find mirrored tiles in the candle section at any store, including the dollar store. But not a hard thing to come by at all. And you hold space with that. The reflection doubles your intention. For manifestation work, Position the mirror so the amplified light faces your workspace or altar. Some mirror magic ideas. The beacon ritual. Light a candle on a mirror and speak. May my light be seen where it is needed. The clarity rite. Place a mirror or a silver candle before a mirror when seeking insight or direction. The protection shield. A black candle on a small mirror creates a reflective boundary that directs unwanted energy back to its source without harm. That's a great one. I know a lot of you guys, run up to situations where you need to protect your energy from somebody that perhaps you live with or you work with, or maybe it's just the world in general that feels a little mean or whatever. But using a candle or using a mirror along with candle magic is a great way to amplify your work. Safety disclaimers as always. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Trim the wick. Make sure your candles are kept away from curtains, plants, paper, pets, and children. If you have cats, good luck to you. Use heat safe holders. Don't burn a candle all the way down to the bottom, with the exception of chime candles. And you can burn chime candles all the way down because they're little and the flame is tiny. And there's a belief in candle magic that when your candle burns clear down and naturally goes out, that last little puff of smoke is just sending the last of your intentions to the universe. So with chimed candles, that's fine. With bigger candles, you want to be a little careful about that. Don't sprinkle loose herbs on top of a candle. Burn candles in a ventilated and not drafty area, and extinguish safely. All things that you know, but it's always smart to be mindful. And I don't want anyone to burn their house down because of something I told them to do. Closing thought would just be that candle magic invites you to reclaim the light as it gets we get deeper and deeper into the darkest part of the year. It's a good time to lean into candle magic. Oh, Pamela had a kitty get singed. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, they won't leave anything alone. All right. On Refeminist History with Kelly, she actually wrote an article about something that she is doing. She's making the coolest charms. So she's calling it Apothecary Charms. And you can read her article, but I'm just going to show you a little bit. She is making all these cute charms for people that are manifesting or have something they're working on. So she says this is where she pours parts of herself that are equally witch, artist, and emotional problem solver. Each charm I make is basically a usable spell, a small intentional piece designed with someone's energy, story, or season in mind. And they're so cute. So she's lately had people coming to her wanting help with very specific things that she's been creating charms for, and it's just been turning out awesome. So if you would like to get a charm from her, just reach out to her. Her email is here. You can also find her on social media. But this would be a fun way to do something nice for yourself or for somebody else, or a fun gift. But take a look at what she's doing. It's really cool. Innovative. I love it. Okay, my tip this week, no surprise, is a candle spell, and I wrote one for peace because my gosh, we need it. Inside, outside, all through town. Isn't that a nursery rhyme? A candle spell for peace. You would choose a candle. I would go with blue, but you could really go with any color for this that feels right. I mean, white, silver, gold, blue, any of those would be great. If you want to do something else, who am I? So hold the candle and take a deep breath, set your intentions, carve peace into the candle, anoint it with a few drops of oil of your choosing. And for some reason, I really want to use peppermint on this. When I do mine, it'll be peppermint oil. I don't know. It feels right. And then light the candle saying, "May there be peace in my heart. May there be peace in this world." And then you can meditate with that candle for a while. You can just watch it burn down. You can just let it burn down for the afternoon while you do your other work or whatever. But it seems like this is a good season for us to ask for peace on earth. Christy's video this week is Healing the Weary Heart, her monthly energy symphony. And this is a meditation to help heal yourself and heal the world. Lots of, crime over at True Crime Squad. Lots of meditations. I pulled up 4 different meditations with flames, you know, to fit the topic. I thought these were all really good ones. A lot of these meditations are really good ones to just turn this music on while you're doing other things. Just good background music, meditation music, just good music to have going that helps to reset your own energy. And that's it for Luminous this week. So hopefully you found some gems in there. I feel like we're kind of getting to that time of year where we're winding down a little bit and everybody's attention is elsewhere. And yet it's also that time of year that we all kind of start feeling maybe a little bit burned out or a little bit like we just need a little extra. So we're walking that line. I want to let you know that my 12-month readings are live now over at Want to Listen. So I'm going to share those with you. But my 12-month reading, a lot of people do these in January, which is great. You can buy them now if you want to, but we'll really hit them hard in January especially. But some of you have been asking me if I was going to do that this year. And indeed, so I want to share a link with you on that. Which is something I could have pulled up sooner, but I did not. Now, this is a video reading. It's a Zoom style reading. We don't meet on Zoom, though. We meet on, I need to change my description. We don't meet on Zoom anymore. We meet on a StreamYard, but that's fine. There's nothing you have to do for that. But yeah, Suzanne said she loves the 12-month reading for her January birthday. Yeah, no kidding. I love that. So it's a one-on-one. So it's 12 months of you. So I pull cards from usually 3 different decks and just give you a forecast for month by month as we go. You can throw some extra questions in there if there's some things you want me to think about or focus on or keep in mind while we go through your reading. It takes about an hour, and I will give you a private YouTube link so that you can go back to it anytime you want to and watch it over and over again, which is great. I know some of you guys go back every month and watch that month again to kind of see where we're at and what's going on. But I wanted you to know that those were live and ready now. It looks to me like we're going to have plenty of time for readings today. So if you want something, don't comment in Facebook though, because I cannot see it. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but I am not seeing stuff posted there. So but if you post in either of the chat rooms, I should see that. And that's pretty much what I have today. We booked through it. Again, it's just that time of year, man. We've all got our thoughts are going everywhere. Sherry said, will my friend Lori come back to my work in the next month, next 2 months? I would say next 2 months. I feel like you'll see her by February. Yeah. Yeah. So good. Alrighty. Well, maybe that's what we've got today. Oh, will Ruben get lost? That actually resonates with me too, Sherry. That may take a little longer though, but I feel like that is happening as well. Suzanne said any guidance that is helpful would be appreciated. Let's pull you a card. JR, you need an energy reading for your feet? Sure. Are you struggling with your feet? What do I need to know about that? Okay, still working to gain strength for her legs to walk better. Got you. Okay. All right, I pulled a couple of cards for you, Suzanne. And the cards are firm foundation and financial and material changes. So, the firm foundation card is usually a good reminder to ground yourself. And I feel like, and it's interesting that it comes up with the financial and material changes piece because any change or threat to your safety and security can be really ungrounding. Doesn't mean that anything terrible is afoot. I suspect that it's not, but it's a good reminder that this is a good place for you to focus on your root. So, especially because of the surgery you've had this year and the kind of realignment of your body, I'm sure there's been a realignment of your energy body too. So, consider doing some grounding meditations, going outside, putting your feet in the grass if possible. Maybe it's not. Hugging a tree, gentle movement like yoga or Tai Chi is really good. Carrying a dark stone, using or diffusing tree resin style essential oils like frankincense or sandalwood. Those are all ways. Myrrh is also a grounding oil. I don't like myrrh, but if you do like myrrh, then this would be a good one for you. But those are all ways to help you get grounded and good ways to help you get your feet back on the floor. Okay, let's look at those feet, JR. So you have chakras in the soles of your feet. And they're ones that we don't put very much attention on because they typically are doing their thing. But I feel like actually the chakras in your soles need to be adjusted, opened, and sped up. So I'm going to do that. Good. Okay. All right. So I did a good grounding there and adjusted those soul chakras, but I'm also going to just do a little bit of ethereal crystals. So I'm going to call in the ethereal properties of aquamarine and wrap those around your feet. That's a really cooling energy and it's good for inflammation and also just clearing out anything that might be preventing energy from flowing. Okay, good. Okay, there you go. Okay. Aw, thank you, Sherry. She said, I'm so thankful to be able to watch you weekly and see you uplift everyone. Well, thank you. I love that. I appreciate that. Okay. Good, JR. You bet. Denise would love a general reading. Let's pull a couple of cards for you as well, my friend. Okay. Okay. So I felt compelled with you, Denise, to pull three cards. I wanted to know what do we need to know right now about what are we focusing on? And then what do you need to take from that or work on from there? So the card that came up for what we need to work on or focus on is the Stand Your Ground card. So this card indicates that we need to focus on helping you to stand up for yourself and make changes that you need, set boundaries that you need, things like that. So stand your ground. That means getting what you need, right? So interestingly, the first card that I pulled that would correlate with this is the solar plexus card. So your solar plexus is the chakra right above your belly button. It is the yellow one. This is your seat of personal power and self-esteem. So interesting that we've got these two together. So I'm going to do a quick bit of energy work for you and really build up that solar plexus since that's part of our calling here. But before I do that, the third card was the throat. So are you getting the theme here? We're going to strengthen up your throat and your solar plexus so that you can really stand your ground. Watch out, world. All right, so let's move in on that solar plexus. Good. All right, I'm just really pulling that out, really balancing that solar plexus energy, clearing away a little bit of self-doubt or hesitation. All right, now I'm going to move up to your throat and doing the same, clearing it out, clearing away anything. We always get like unspoken stuck stuff in your throat, things that you never had a chance to say, maybe. So I'm just moving that out of your throat. All right, and now I'm going to just pull a gold thread and really connect your throat to your solar plexus well to just help let your confidence and self-esteem help drive the energy that's driving your throat to help support communication. Good. Okay, so that's done. That was an interesting spread, the way they all came together. Okay, and Pamela would like a clearing. Absolutely. I'm just going to start at your feet. All right. Just moving up your system, just going chakra by chakra here. So clearing out your root. And you're really pretty grounded. There was no real issue there. Your sacral chakra could use a little amping up, so I'm going to open it up a little bit. Solar plexus too. Your whole energy body seems to be running a little bit slow. So I'm going to speed that up as well. Good. And on up into your heart. Some old grief surfacing here. All right, pulling a lot of little cords out of your high heart. That's all those little thought form attachments that you don't need, and they get heavy over time. So I'm just healing those and returning those to sender. And just doing a little healing there with gold across that high heart. And now moving up into the throat. I'm going to do a good balancing here. Opening up your throat and clearing away some old stuff. Good. That's going to help release your jaw too. Your jaw feels really uncomfortable to me. But that throat energy and the jaw are directly connected. So when you have jaw stuff going on, a lot of times it really is this the the throat chakra stuff that's acting up on your jaw, back of your neck too. All right. So clearing out your third eye and opening it up. Your third eye was kind of dormant. So I'm just shining that up. Yeah, I'll balance your crown. That looks so good now. So let me go back and check my work at your root. Just going to pull some energy all the way from your root to your crown and back down. Make sure your energy body's flowing the way I want to see it. That's way better. Okay, clear your aura. Excellent. Good. You've gone from being a little gray to a lot of yellow and pink in your energy body. I like it. That looks a whole lot more like you. Good. Okay, so that's done. Renee could use a clearing. You got it, Renee. Oh, pardon me. Sorry for coughing in your ears. Very rude. I'll just mute and give it a good cough. I can be cough free all day, and then the minute I get on the show, I get something in my throat, and yeah, it's fine. It's probably fine. All right, Renee. Same for you. I'm just going to start at your feet. Yeah, I see it. A little bit of feeling stuck and some melancholy stuff here. We're going to clear that out. I feel like a lot of light workers the last few years just feel like there's just been a bucket of sludge thrown over them. They're just doing life, but just not like shining their light in the way that they used to, in the way that they're more comfortable. It really hacks away at creativity and at the magic that's in you. So we're clearing that up. So balancing up in that root and up to your sacral. I'm really going to light that sacral on fire. Good. Solar plexus. I'm going to light that one on fire too. Okay, your heart feels pretty dang good. Good clearing there anyway. And now up to your high heart. I'm going to pull all your little cords too. Heal those and return them. Do a little work on that high heart. And up to your throat. It's like, Renee, everything is just kind of flat and sludgy. Not as, your energy's not as vibrant and as flowy as I would expect to see it. So I'm just doing housekeeping here. Just clearing it out, speeding it up, just getting your light back. Okay, that throat looks a lot better. Actually, your throat was pretty caved in, and I wonder if that's kind of been a part of blocking some creative energy for you. We always focus on the sacral, right? When it comes to creativity, but if your communication center isn't functioning correctly, you're just as screwed. So that's better. All right, third eye actually looks good. So love to see that. And we'll get that crown balanced. I'm going to clear your aura. A lot of collective sludge on you. Not even your stuff, it's everyone else's. I mean, some of it probably is, but collectively you have really been slimed. So clearing that out really well. Good. I'm going to expand your energy body a little bit. It was kind of sucked in tight. Good. A lot of blue and purple now, like midnight blue, flowy purple. I love that. All righty, Miss Ma'am. That is done. Yes. Pamela said, thanks for shining up my third eyeball. Denise said, thank you, Katie. Back to training at work, and I have been overly careful with my words. Spot on. Okay, got it. Yep. All right. Well, time to be the sage that you are. Renee's been putting off her art projects. Yeah, I can see why. I can totally see why. But now, hopefully, we've got your light shining and you can get back to doing the stuff you want to do. That feels really good. All right. Well, we really have done it. I have to go. I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you for being a part of my journey. I want to remind you that I am a professional psychic advisor over at one2listen.com. You can find me over there every day doing readings and healings, animal communication, a lot of energy work, mediumship. Sometimes you just need somebody to run a few things by. But honestly, sometimes you guys call me just because you need somebody to laugh with and share something with. Whatever you need, you guys, I'm here for you. That's up to you. But let me know if I can help. I also have email readings, so if you'd rather just do an email back and forth, that's fine, or a chat. Our chat services are great. People use them rather than be on the phone with me. It's just more like a messaging system, and that works out really well too if that's what you'd rather. So there's a lot of ways to connect, and I'm here for all of it. As always, if you head over to 12listen.com and look for me, Katie Weaver, and I'm not there, just go find my profile and do a callback request or a scheduled call. If I'm not there, I'm probably on a podcast and I'll be right back. But if you do a callback request, then I get a text that says, hey, this person's waiting for you, and then I can get back to you as quickly as I can. So good to know. All right. Well, I want to thank you for being here. I want to tell you guys how much I love you and appreciate you, and that I'm grateful that you're a part of my world. I think this has been yet another production of the Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.